All right.
What did your shirt say? Hell yeah. All right. So welcome back, guys, to Music Maniacs with Side After Dark. So it's going to be different. We have some announcements from the podcast. Because things are going an interesting little way. The last pod that we did, or that we put out last week, as you guys saw, if you watched the pod, if you listened to the pod, we were in this venue that we're going to be playing at, and we were really just trying to figure out how to do a podcast on the fly.
Yeah.
And it was really fun, and we figured we should just keep doing it. Like, in the past, when we were doing these, like, topics of, a certain artist or whatever, it would take so much time to research what we were doing that it kind of kept us from putting out the podcast more often.
Yeah.
But last time was so fun. We were just like messing around. We feel like we should just do it. We're just messing around, talk about music. It doesn't have to be an hour. It could be whatever the hell we want it to be. And we'll make it what it is.
Yep.
And it's funny because literally what we were saying last time, we were trying to figure it out. This time, I realized right when we were about to start that I'm missing one of the cables I need for us each to have microphones. So now we just have the one microphone for both of us, but hopefully it'll work.
Yeah.
So should we get right into it? Do you want to talk about what's going on with you or no?
Well, I just came in from being rear-ended. My car was rear-ended here in Brooklyn. I'm so annoyed. She hit me so hard. Everything in the car flew, and then my trunk flew open, and now my trunk doesn't close. So I'm so irritated, but I do have other work that needs to be done on my car, so I guess that means the car just goes in and gets totally fixed. I don't know. Who knows? I'm fresh from the accident.
Yeah, it's wild because we were saying we should start doing the podcast right when Sifa gets here, so we have like fresh like emotions from like the last time that we seen each other, whatever. And then it's like, okay, yeah, we'll do the podcast. I just got fucking rear-ended. It's like, oh my god,
unbelievable. I'm so annoyed. I have to drive everywhere from work, so it's going to be a little bit irritating this week while my car is held up in a body shop getting repaired. Too much.
But do the speakers still work?
Yes, the speakers still work. Yeah, and the AC still works, which is good.
That's good. I was trying, how do we make this still be about music? I'm like, speakers, yes.
Yeah. What was I listening to? I wasn't even listening to music coming over here. That's probably why I got rear-ended.
Oh, the vibes were off.
You
should have. What would be the best protective music? Like, what kind of music would protect you from the evil of the world?
Highway Star by Deep Purple.
I feel like I'd be more likely to get in an accident.
No one can catch you in that when that song's playing.
I feel like I would be the one to accidentally rear-end someone.
Oh my gosh.
That song was going on. I'd be like, let's go. Oh no, there was a red light. Oops.
Especially the instrumental. Yeah, that song would have probably protected me. Man, I don't even know what to say. I'm not 100% upset, but I'm still in shock, And It's so funny. I just think of all my friends that are from Brooklyn, and if I were to tell them about this story, they would have been like, "You should have got out the car and laid on the floor. You should have said you was hurt."
Oh my god, that's so funny.
They would have called me stupid. More. Yep, they would have called me stupid. You got out? And you said you was all right when she asked you?
You said, I'm fine? I'm fine? Yeah. No, that's funny. Have you ever been in an accident before?
No. I mean, I've flattened my own tire. In Rockland, we had this hill road, and it's literally called Casper Hill Road, because you might
Someone died there?
Yeah, and you might turn into a ghost driving down that road.
That's really what they call that?
I mean, it's old, and
I believe it.
There's a tiny little cemetery on that road, and it's like one of those cemeteries where you watch a horror movie, and you're like, how'd they just end up in a cemetery out of nowhere? There in Rockland.
It just happens.
Yeah, and it's like you go up the curve of the road, and they're just these little tombstones in this pocket. So it's called Casper Hill Road. Okay. So I was driving down that road with my new 4Runner, and the road is kind of windy, and I was a pretty new driver, and I was so overwhelmed by the winding of the road and the speed going down the road. So I kind of drove off the road a little bit, and there was this wooden plank sticking out, and that I guess maybe I had a nail in it or something, and it flattened my tire.
Gotcha.
So that's the only accident I've
So there was no collision?
No. Yeah.
I was rear-ended once as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, at a red light. I was stopped at a red light. I don't even. I mean, that's like the whole story. It's like I don't even know. Like, I'm literally stopped at a red light and then just.
I don't even understand certain drivers. The red lights are on. Like, I'm so nervous about hitting a driver. And I just remember in driving school, they're like, when you're driving on the highway, you should be a car and a half space back. I'm not that far back from anybody ever. You know,
I don't listen to that. I mean, that's kind of crazy. A car and a half back, like, if you're like in the highway, if you're going like 75, for sure. But like city driving, what's the fastest you can go? Like 25, 30?
Definitely in the city. Yeah. So I'm never that far away, but I'm not riding somebody's bumper, you know, especially in traffic where traffic is moving, but you're all very close to each other.
Yeah.
I can never be like super close up on a car just in case they stop short and I rear end them, right? Yeah. Like, that's how I drive all the time. And I don't even understand how somebody could just drive like that. And
they were listening to Highway Star by Deep Purple. That's what happened. I think that's what happened, guys.
So insane. But yeah. Anyway, we'll edit this. It's not a car podcast.
I don't know. What if I put music in the background? Does that make it a music podcast again?
Maybe.
Or we could talk about songs that have cars in them. What's your favorite car song?
My favorite car song.
Life in the Fast Lane.
Life in the
That's
Fast
a song.
Lane. One.
What's a song that you would listen to that would make you get in a car accident? How about that? I feel like that one.
Yeah, I listen to that song kind of like weekly.
Yeah?
Almost like weekly. Because it's on my playlist and it comes up. And then I feel bad about skipping it because I don't want to hurt Glenn's feelings. I'm just kidding.
You think he would be offended?
No. He would be offended.
I don't care.
You know what? He would be offended. Remember? Okay, we were talking, and I was like, Glenn Fry has a mugshot, and I was going to put it up over Memorial Weekend because it was May 25th that he got arrested way back in the 70s. And it's like, I felt like a voice in my head was like, don't put that up. Don't put that up. And
I'm trying to forget about that.
Yeah. So I did not put it up on May 25th. But Life in a Fast Lane is a good one. But I like the old Chevy Corvette. So Little Red Corvette's a good one.
Yeah.
I feel so on the spot. I can't think of Who's Gonna Drive You Home? Drive by the Cars.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I feel like that is a protective song. I feel like these songs are either aggressive and you're going to be in an accident or they're going to protect you. That's definitely a protective from a car accident song.
I feel the music blanket on that one.
If you're listening to that song, there's like a force field. And nothing can penetrate that unless they're listening to Deep Purple. What if it's like the car, like if you have a car that's playing like a protective song, then you have a car that's playing an aggressive song, and they hit, would there just be like a bubble, and it's like when two magnets try to like hit each other,
probably.
And they just bzzz. That's what we got to do from now on, make a protective car playlist.
Yeah, that would be good.
This is the playlist that we'll take on tour.
Yeah, you guys, let us know what are your car songs and what are your protective car songs.
Yeah, that's yeah, because I think we both put each other on the spot, which is kind of like what the fun is. I don't really know how many more I have right now.
Yeah, I can't think of one right now. I would have to dig so deep, but because I couldn't even think of Life in the Fast Lane. That would have never came up in my head.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Oh, so we talked about this with our patron only like live stream. We should talk about him.
Billy Joel?
Yeah.
Let's talk about, what do we call him? Do they call him the Piano Man?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh, I was at a Mets game yesterday, and they had the crowd do karaoke to that song, of course. Aww. And I was like, no, Billy. For those of you whoa, can I talk? For those of you that don't know, Billy Joel, what was it? He had like some kind of brain pressure fluid in his spinal cord or some shit, some kind of brain disorder.
Yeah.
He canceled all his concerts. We had been talking about going to see him for so long, and we kept being like, okay, if we don't do it, we might miss it. He's getting old. And then
it happens.
It happens.
It happens right around when we said we were going to go see him. We said we were going to go see him in April, and then this happened in May.
Yeah.
Unreal. Well, we love you, Billy.
Shout out to Billy Joel. Guys, comment your favorite Billy Joel song, because there's so many.
Yeah. I like The Stranger. I've said that before on the podcast. That's a good one.
Yeah.
But Piano Man is a never skip for me. Never.
Like, I skip it.
Which is insane. I can't believe I skip it. I don't skip it. I mean,
there's two of yours that are no skips for you that I just can't do anymore.
Which Zeppelin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that came on just the other day, like 3 days ago, and I fell right into the pocket. I was like, ooh,
Ooh, and it makes me wonder. That's what happened?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like I've never heard it before. You know what else I noticed that I never skip that's always on the playlist that is so played out? Rhiannon by Fleetwood
That's
Mac.
a good song.
It's a really good song. That one and Dreams. I never skip those.
Dreams I don't skip. Yeah, I can't skip Dreams.
I swear I've been hearing them since I've probably been like 3. Since I've been cognizant. Since I was like 3.
Yeah.
And they've always been on and I never skip them.
That and The Chain.
Yeah, that one's good. You know why The Chain is good? Because it turns into a punk song.
Do.
Right? All of a sudden it became Joy Division.
Yeah. But like years before Joy Division. Yeah. Well, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that is kind of Joy Division. The bass line and the guitar. It's literally a one-note guitar solo.
Yeah. And they rip it. I like that one. That's good.
Wow.
Is this like a Never Skips podcast almost?
This is the thing. This is why I think this is the new fun way to do the podcast. Because before it's kind of... Not that it was super structured in the way, like we knew kind of what we wanted to talk about, but we were like, okay, we have to hit these points talking about these artists or whatever. This is just like, let's just see what happens. Because the whole reason that we started doing this podcast is because we would just be talking about music all the time and having like fun conversations. We were like, well, why don't we just like record this?
Yeah.
So now this is really, I feel like this is the logical next step.
Yeah.
Like these are the conversations that Steve and I are having all the time anyway. We're like, why should we just not do this for the podcast?
Yeah.
We don't have to think everything out all the time. That's kind of, I think that's half the reason why people like podcasts.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, people just shooting the shit.
Yeah, so let us know what you guys think about this new format. And in the future, I don't know, we might have different camera angles or we'll probably have 2 mics in the future. Because again, it's really funny that I, of course, don't have the cable that I need. Like, we'll just use this guy like we do for the reaction videos. But what else is going on? We got a big show going on June 20th. I was building a stage for it. We got all the audio equipment like pretty much set up. I went to a show there on Friday and it was like, everything was really good. So I'm really excited for that. If you guys are going to be in or around New York City, June 20th, come to 21 Gardner Ave, Brooklyn, New York. Gonna be a great time.
Yep, you gotta come in person. No live stream this time.
No live stream, but you can see us live, and we'll be by a stream
called the East River.
Yes, it's a very big stream. But what else we're talking? So we're still working on the live album. I don't know. I have a lot of things that I want to talk to Steve about, but I don't know if I want to tell you guys yet. Because I have plans and thoughts
About the live album?
about everything.
All right.
But I don't know if they should be revealed.
Live album artwork is coming out too, and I think that's kind of fun because all our other album or music artwork is just a cartoon or just a drawing, and it's never us.
Yeah.
So the live album really speaks. Because the artwork for the live album really speaks because it's actually us now this time. It's funny because it's live. The album's live, and then it's actually us in the picture this time as opposed to audio recording, and it's just a fake version of us.
Exactly. An audio only version of us.
Yeah.
No video.
Of what we think in our mind, what we think the song looks like in our mind. That's usually what the cover is. And
that's true.
Yeah. And then, I think it's really cool that we're doing the live album. I won't tell you exactly what the live artwork looks like. It's still going to have the sad theme where there's something black or dark with something very luminescent or luminous. Yeah, but we are going to be in the picture this time. It's fun.
Or will we? I'm trying to think what else is happening. So I feel like that's been the biggest thing for us lately.
Our show that's coming up.
Yeah, I feel like it's been very like time consuming, like getting it ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the set list.
Yeah.
This is my favorite set list so far.
Yeah, we have to practice that later. We got a lot of things going on. I feel like we always have a lot of things going on, and I just feel like it just slowly becomes more and more things. But it's in a good way.
It's a good lot of things.
You know, it's a good lot of things. Yeah. Facts. What else have you been listening to lately?
Lately, I've just been listening to my regular playlist. Just a lot of like 70s music. I just really love it. It's just very, very inspiring. So that, and then some Hertz beats, like some AS.
Like the binaural beats, like the tones?
Yeah.
Oh, do you guys know about are you talking about the ones like, I've only ever seen them like I'll be scrolling on Facebook and it'll be like, this is 258 hertz. It's perfect for this. And then sometimes, this is how I know they work. because I'll be scrolling on Facebook or whatever, and they'll just come up as an ad, and it plays the tone, and as I'm scrolling, it'll be like, boo, and I'm just like, ooh, that's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't pay for anything, I didn't even click on the ad, but I was like,
they're
this is
really good. Yeah. And once you click on a Facebook or on a YouTube video, a whole bunch of other ones pop up in your stream. So it'll be like 432 hertz for sleeping, 432 hertz for studying. So they set different types of tones at the same vibration.
Right.
For different things that you want to do, which is very interesting.
So what ones have you been like diving into?
There's 432. There's 999. That one's good.
Wait.
They say that's like the heavenly one.
Wait, 432 hertz? So that's like that's like a kind of a lower.
Yeah.
What is it supposed to do?
Boom, boom. That is good for sleeping, for studying. They'll even do 432 hertz for for your brain relaxation, for your organs. I swear, they'll do things for like for the heart, for the lungs. They'll have vibrations for those organs.
What is it? Like to make them healthier? Just to make them better?
Yeah, it's like almost like a lymphatic drainage sound, and the vibrations resonate.
That's what draining your lymphatic nodes sound like?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, I guess those rhythms, those vibrations go into you, and you relax somehow. Your organs kind of resonate with whatever sounds, whatever's going on in your organs.
That was the 432?
Yeah, it's 432, there's 237, there's 634, there's 999. There's so many different frequencies, and they all like pop up in my YouTube feed, and I'm just like, I want this one for my lungs. I'm just gonna press play on this and see how it feels.
And is it like, are they like hour-long videos? Like how long are these? They just an hour of this note?
Some of them go for like 11, 12 hours.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I can like fall asleep. I've fallen asleep to them and woken up to them.
I guess that makes sense, because it's like, it would be pretty easy to make a 12-hour video of the same thing. You know? It's not like, imagine they had to like create a new note every 2 seconds for 12 hours.
Yeah.
That would take a long time. Yeah.
Sometimes they flow into other ones. They'll have an ASMR birds. So it'll sound like birds in the morning tweeting. Yeah. But then it's like, that'll stop. Like my regular one will stop at like, I don't know, 2 in the morning, and the birds will come up at like 3, 4 in the morning. So I'll wake up and I'll be like, why do I feel up? Yeah, why do I feel like it's time to get up and it's not? Like,
yeah, that would freak me out. You know what? My coworker would just tell me the other day that he feels like the birds are confused, because he like heard some birds like chirping at like 3 in the morning. He was like, the sun's not up yet.
Maybe
these birds are chirping.
Somebody has birds.
Pigeon man.
Yeah. Somebody probably has birds. My birds would chirp they would chirp at the nighttime too. They would refuse to go to sleep sometimes.
How dare they?
I swear one of my birds told me, fuck you. Like.
How did you say it? Wait, what were you doing?
Okay. I was like, okay, birds, time to go to bed. Because it was my 2 lovebirds, Chet and Daisy. So we would let them out, and they would sit on top of the window. So the actual frame for the window that's in the wall, they would sit on top, and they would just hang out there for a while. And then I would want to send them to bed. It's nighttime, we're going to bed. Yeah. You got to go to bed too.
So it's 4 in the morning.
So they wouldn't go, and I'd be like, all right, birds. I'd open the cage, because before they were trained to go right in the cage when I first got them. They just knew to fly right in there. And then after a while, they were like, we're grown now. We don't want to.
We don't do that.
We don't do that anymore.
We're grown birds. You're not going to tell us where to live. Yeah.
So the first time I sent them to bed, I was like, what would make birds go to bed? I was like, sunset. So I just turned off the lights, right? And then when I turned them back on, they looked like confused, and they flew right in the cage.
Really?
Yeah. So, and then that happened after a while, and they were like, so once they noticed we were turning the lights back on, once they got in the cage, they're really intelligent animals, you know? So they were like sitting on top of the perch. I'm like, all right, go to bed. Let's go to bed, guys. Let's go to bed. And then the bird looked at me, and she's like, Daisy's like, I'd swear that was a fuck you.
And then I'm assuming did not go to the cage.
No, they did not go to cage.
Having a bird as a pet is so interesting, because they have more mastery over 3D space than us. You know what I mean? Like any other pet, like if it's a dog, you can corral them into the cage. Yep. Or a cat or whatever, and they're stuck there. But the bird, if they don't want to be around you, like you're just not gonna get them.
You're not gonna get them. You could try to get them with a blanket. but I've always been afraid of that. I've never done that because they're so small and so fragile.
I feel like I'd suffocate them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you're like, you want to grab them. So it's like your force could crush them.
Yeah.
So I've never gotten them like that. They've always been spoiled. I've always just waited for them to get back in the cage when they want to. Yeah.
What kind of, if they did enjoy listening to music, what kind of music did the birds like?
My birds liked when I sang to them.
Aww.
That was the cutest thing. They would sit on the perch.
They would just...
Yep, I swear. And as they're going to sleep, I call it their pajamas because they make their feathers fluffier when they're about to go to sleep. So they would look so cute and they would start falling asleep and they would kind of be rocking on the perch. So I come and sing to them like in a Snow White tone, like, her voice, like, I'm wishing. Yeah. And they would be like, their eyes would just be blinking. Yeah, they start swaying. It was the cutest thing ever.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. So they appreciate the in-person, the live music.
Yeah.
Did they ever react to, like, if you were playing music in the house?
They liked, the little African drums?
Yeah.
We had one, and we would be playing them, and they would chirp to the beat.
Really?
They definitely liked drums.
That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I always love seeing when animals are, like, in tune with the music.
Yeah. Because they probably figure, like, the drum is setting the rhythm, and they're, like, the treble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially birds, because birds literally sing. Mm-hmm. Like, it's... Like, I remember, I feel like I told you about this before. My old band, one of my good bandmates had this dog that would, like, come in and just, like, sing along. Yeah. But it's, like, that's crazier because dogs don't usually sing. Yeah. For a bird, that just feels natural. Mm-hmm. Like, I would expect that a bird would like listening to music. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But a dog, it's, like, not that... Some dogs are smarter than others, obviously. But you think of a dog, you don't think of them, like... analyzing a track or something, like, oh, this is the tempo, let me be the treble, like you were saying. Right. But then sometimes they just know. Yeah, that always weirds me out when dogs sing. It weirds you out? Yeah. You don't like it? No, I like it, but it's just weird. I'm just like, how are they doing that? How do you do it? I know, but I'm the human. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's just odd to me, because it's rare, even though we know that they do that. Yeah. We just see it once in a while. And it's always like the weirdest thing. It's cute, but it's weird at the same time. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I didn't even know that they cared about stuff like that. That's what it is. I didn't know they cared. I know they like to be hugged, pet, play, all that stuff, hide and seek, food, and I've had a good amount of dogs in my life, but I just never knew that they cared so much about music. How do you know that they do care, though? How do you know that they're just not doing it out of reaction? I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, well, it's like, this is what I was meant to say. It's like, so how much different is it than us, like, humans singing? Because it's like, they still hear things, and they just match the tone. Yeah. Right? I don't think they're thinking, like, oh, I'm going to make a song. No. It's just, like, they don't know, I don't even know if they know what they're doing. Yeah, I don't, I definitely don't know that. Yeah, that's what it is for me, too. Do they know what they're doing? Do they care? Are they just howling? And why is it not all of them? Like, if it was all of them, I would understand. I'd be like, okay, well, dogs like that, but it's rare with them. But, let me throw a counterpoint at you. Not all humans sing. That's true. You know what I mean? So I feel like some humans are more apt, even, like, some babies looking like they know how to like do, you know what I mean? True. Not like some, I don't know. What is the percentage? I guess it's less of a percentage of dogs would be naturally inclined to sing, I would think. Mm-hmm. But who really knows? I never really thought about that before. Yeah. My little dachshund liked when I sang to him. My Yorkie did not care either way, but my dachshund liked it. He would lay on his side and I would like sing to him too, and he would do the same as the birds. He would like, his eyes would start to like flutter and stuff, and you could tell he was like smiling. He really loved it. That sounds nice. I mean, it's like a personal concert. Yeah. How could you not like that? Yeah. He thought that was a personal moment for me and him, though. Because, like, if anybody came down the stairs or passed by, he would jump up right away and just start barking at them. Like, nobody can know I like music. Exactly. Nobody needs to know about this. What if he thinks that music only exists because when you sing? And he was like, I can't let anybody know about this crazy thing that happens. You know what I mean? My dog was crazy enough for me to believe that. Interesting. He was insane. Interesting. I wonder, I guess birds must have been the first creatures to come up with some kind of music. Yeah. Because birds were around before humans. Yeah. They can sing. Mm-hmm. The little spies that they are. Damn, I'm really curious now. I kind of want to look up like music in the animal kingdom. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's got to be certain kind of like primates or something that would like beat on a tree or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably. I mean, I've never heard anything about like monkeys and stuff like that.
I never thought about it.
Yeah, I never heard of it. I mean, birds definitely. And I can't, I mean, maybe a dolphin. The dolphin that like Mariah Carey.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. But that's, yeah, well, I guess it's different just because they're the humans of the sea. Are we going back to this? But it's true because they're the smartest thing in the water. Like that's their domain. So like we don't even, dude, they might have whole cities under the water that we don't even know about.
I know.
All right, I'm saying it here first. Get on it, scientists.
I would say that whales like music because they do sonar.
That's true.
I would love that tone. That would make me fall asleep nice.
You know what would be crazy if like you were playing music on a boat and then a whale came up and was just like jamming. You know, but like a giant whale, like 5 times bigger than your boat.
That would be insane.
And you're just like, I kind of want to leave, but maybe he'll get mad if I leave, if I turn the music off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder what kind of music they would like. Yacht rock.
They would like... I think they would like salsa. I don't know why. Calypso, maybe?
Yeah, something with some horns. I think they would like that too, because they make those sounds in a way. What wind instrument would they like? A tuba.
The big whales would like a tuba. Yeah, they. I feel like they would gravitate towards the bass, just because that's what they know.
Yeah.
I don't even think a whale could make a high tone.
I don't think so. The dolphins would like the flutes, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, dolphins like a flute. A whale is a tuba. A shark would be like depending on like what kind of shark, I could see like a trumpet or like a saxophone.
Yeah.
A shark would be.
I was going to say, yeah, something that has more like a guitar sound.
Yeah, something like in the mid-range, you know?
Crazy.
They are crazy. They do get a bad rap, though. Sharks, they're not as bad as people. People are just scared of them.
Yeah.
But most of the time, they do their thing. You know, they do their own thing. They don't want to eat humans all the time, or else there would be a lot more dead humans.
Oh my gosh.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that?
I watch people react to Jaws all the time.
Well, Jaws that's real, right? That was a documentary, right?
Listen.
Did they get a bigger boat? That's what I need to know.
Jaws had me afraid to take a stand-up shower as a little kid. A stand-up shower, no tub.
Because the shark is going to come through the drain.
I felt he was going to come through the wall. You know how, I don't know if you remember, like, part 1, he, like, breaks through the boat at one point, through the side of the boat. After he's done eating that guy, one of the 3 guys that was on the boat is Richard Dreyfuss, is Roy Scheider, and then it's the guy, Quint, or whatever.
Yeah.
Sailman. After he eats that guy, and it's only Roy Scheider on the boat, and Richard Dreyfuss is down in the water, the shark comes through the side of the boat.
Oh, yeah. With like a giant bite mark.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just knew he was coming in my shower. I knew it. Through the sewer.
Next time you go to the store, next to the insect repellent, you buy the shark repellent. And you just make sure you keep that on you. Because you never know when they're going to show up.
You never know. They can burst through anything, apparently.
You might be in Missouri. And they might just show up.
Exactly.
And you got to be ready. The whole reason this is the real reason we made this podcast. Preparation for shark attacks. We want all of you to be prepared and know what kind of music to play if there is a shark attack. I heard they really like trumpets. So just do with that knowledge as you will. Okay, so I'm going to say we end it for now. This is why I like this format, because we have no idea what the hell is going to happen. And we went in a lot of interesting tangents on this that I did not expect. So thanks for being here, guys. I hope I hope you enjoy the new format. Let us know what you think about it. We're going to keep messing with it, but, we've been talking about bringing the podcast back for a while, and we think this is, like, a good way to just, like, get back in the swing of it and hopefully be able to do it, like, once a week, which we had always wanted to do, but researching all these artists and all this stuff, it just took so much time. There was no way we could do it once a week while trying to make music and work and see our families. There was no way that would happen.
Correct.
So thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in to Music Maniacs with Side After Dark. We'll see you soon.